Hi, Edie Sellers here from Point Richmond CERT, and we had our Are You Ready workshop yesterday. And someone had a question about turning off your water. In an emergency, you would want to turn off your water in like a big earthquake, not a little tumbler, but a big earthquake. And it's one of the first things you want to do, because if there are breaks in the sewer lines or water lines, you want to protect the water that's in your home. All the water in your home prior to the earthquake was safe to drink and safe to consume. After an earthquake, if your if the sewer lines in the street have been ruptured, there might be contamination of the water supply. So you want to protect your own water supply. But the question came up, and I couldn't answer it right away. How can you tell where your water main is? A lot of people don't know where it is, and it's an important thing to know, especially in an emergency, and not just a general emergency. If there's an emergency in your home and you need to turn off your main water, here's how you do it. And I will try and turn this around. On your street, and I'm going to use my house as an example, please don't hold my grubby front yard against me. On my street, you will see all along the street these. This is where your water meter is. You never want to turn it off at this location because it requires a special tool that you don't have. However, if you go to the water main in front of your house, this is my house. If you go to the water main in front of your house, out into the street in front of your house on the sidewalk, you will generally see a water meter somewhere along the front of your house. Now, I have an older house, so mine might be different, but if you look straight from that meter to your house, now you're just seeing my hedge, but let me walk around the hedge. Straight toward your house, you will find some kind of water pipe. Usually there is a spigot, but not always. And there will be a faucet of some kind, a handle, a knob. Turn that knob and it is righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, and that will turn off your water supply. On newer houses, you might see a ball cock valve, which would not be a turning handle like this, but would be a lever with straight up and down in line with the pipes being on and this being off. It's like a little door. The door is open, the door is closed. Another thing you might encounter is in front of in apartment buildings. Apartment buildings have all their own situation. They usually have a water main that goes to the whole building, but in some cases, especially in duplexes and fourplexes, you will find a spigot or a handle or a knob to turn off your main water for each of the units, and I'll show you that example. All right, we have a fourplex building that is also on my street. And if you will look, you will see in front of that building 4 water meters. And if you look straight from those water meters towards the building, see, there you see it. Those are 4 handles. See those 4 knobs? Those would be the water mains for each of those 4 apartments. Now, what your apartment would be, you will have to find out. Or, if you're being civic-minded, you might want to turn off all of them. As you can see, in some cases, they don't have handles on them, so you'd have to get one of those handles that slip over the top in order to turn it, but that's how you would turn off a water main for this house. But in duplexes and fourplexes and multiplexes, sometimes you have a single water main for the whole building. Here's how you would find that. Once again, we have a duplex. This is also on my street. These are my next door neighbors. Upstairs and downstairs, 2 houses. You look on the street, on the sidewalk, but there's only 1 water meter. That means you will probably find only 1 spigot to turn it off. Only 1 knob. Once again, straight from, you look, here, I'll go this way, it's easier to see from this way. And look, there it is. You see that water main? That's the water, that handle just to the right, that knob, that would be the water main for this house. So this is how you find out where your water main is. You should test it. Turn it, don't have to turn it all the way off and all the way on. Just give it a little turn. Make sure that it turns so that in an emergency you can turn your water main off quickly and easily, and more importantly, you know exactly where it is and how to turn it off. Or if you need any special tools. In the case of some of them, they don't have handles, as you saw. You might need a wrench in order to do it. And the nice thing about turning off your water in an emergency, even if you're not sure that you need to, you can always turn your water back on without the help of a professional. Unlike gas, which requires PG&E to be dispatched to turn your gas back on, you can turn your water on and off at will. Thanks so much. This has been Edie from Point Richmond CERT. I hope you found this helpful. Thanks. Bye.